Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Voice Notes with Sheila, the place to reflect, reset, and always remember who you are. If this is your first time, my name is Sheila, and this is a soft space where we simply reflect on life, growth, transitions, and the quiet things we carry but don't always say out loud. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're just going to dive in, right? Hmm. So a few days ago, what, 2 days ago, someone hit my car. Thankfully, everyone was okay. It wasn't a major accident at all. The insurance information was exchanged. The other person was actually very kind and very polite, and everyone stayed calm. And eventually, we all went our separate ways. Yes, but that's not the story here. But something stayed with me long after the accident was over. Like, I'd gotten home, I had dealt with insurance, but something stayed with me. I remember as I stood there beside my car, I found myself thinking about one very practical question. Who do I call? The moment we got down from our cars, the other passenger just simply said, "Oh, let me call my husband." And then I thought to myself, who do I call? It's funny how a simple question can reveal something much deeper. The person that I thought, or the person that came to my mind, wasn't who I expected. It was my ex. Now, before you think this is an episode about getting back together with an ex, hell no, absolutely not at all. That relationship wasn't healthy in so many ways. So please, nope. But there was one thing about him that I would never deny, right? He showed up. If something happened, he showed up. If I needed help, he showed up. And if there was crisis, really, I knew exactly who to call because he would show up. So standing there beside my car, I had one of those uncomfortable moments of honesty with myself. Why was the first person I thought about someone who no longer was part of my life? And the answer surprised me. It wasn't because I wanted him back. It was because he represented reliability. And those are two different things, I must say. Yeah. Because showing up does not automatically make someone a good partner. Let that sink in. It doesn't. Some of the most reliable people can still be completely wrong for us. And some of the healthiest people in our lives may not always be available in the way we expect them to be. Those things can exist at the same time. But the accident forced me to acknowledge something else. The people currently in my life can only give what they can give. That realization actually, it hurt me a little. Not because anyone had done anything wrong, no. Not because anyone had disappointed me, because I really didn't call anyone actually, but because I had to stop negotiating with reality. Shall I say that again? I had to stop negotiating with reality. Isn't it interesting how we negotiate with reality? Like, we explain things away. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they didn't realize. Maybe next time. Maybe if I explain myself one more time. Maybe, just maybe. Meanwhile, reality has been quietly introducing itself. This is who they are. This is how they show up. This is what they can give. And accepting reality doesn't mean we stop loving people. It doesn't mean we stop caring. So now I'm going to backtrack because you might be a little bit confused. And why I say this is there's some people in our lives that we will really hope will show up in ways that we want them to show up, right? It doesn't make them bad just because they cannot give us what we want. But the thing here is pausing as individuals and asking ourselves, what are we doing? Are we negotiating reality? Because people have shown us who they are. Why are we trying so hard to explain reality, like explain it away? So it simply means we just stop expecting people to become who they have never shown themselves to be. Don't expect them to do things that you don't expect. Like, really, sometimes people can just give what they don't have. As I kept thinking about it, I realized something even deeper. Maybe I wasn't even looking for my ex. Maybe I was looking for my person. the person you call without thinking, the person who simply comes. And then another thought came to my mind. Maybe that's even too much to ask of one person. Maybe we've accidentally started expecting one person to be everything. And truth be told, even thinking about it, having someone expect so much from me can seem very heavy. So we expect someone to just be everything: our partner, our best friend, our emergency contact, our therapist, our travel companion, our biggest cheerleaders, our safe space. I remember one of my previous relationships. There were moments when it felt like I was expected to be someone's entire world. And honestly, oh my God, that was heavy, really heavy. I don't think human beings were designed to carry that alone. I think we were designed for villages, if that makes sense. Different people who hold different parts of our lives. A friend who listens, a colleague who checks in, a mentor who reminds you who you are, a neighbor who just shows up, family who love you in the ways they know how to, people who support us differently. And that's when it finally clicked. Maybe what I've been longing for isn't another relationship. Maybe I've been longing for a village, especially after moving countries, right? Especially after starting over, after rebuilding life as an adult. Because when you start over, you don't just rebuild a career. You rebuild community, you rebuild trust, you rebuild belonging. And really, those things don't happen overnight. They don't. Villages aren't something we stumble across, I'm sorry. Like, you just don't stumble on a village. You build them slowly. One conversation at a time, one friendship at a time, one fight at a time, one coffee at a time. You know? One person who keeps showing up at a time. Like, so maybe this accident wasn't really in fact, it is not about my ex. I was just trying to explain something, but maybe it wasn't even about my car. Maybe it was a gentle reminder that I'm still building my village and it's okay. And maybe you are too. So it's one step at a time, one friendship at a time, one call at a time, one fight at a time, whatever, however you see it, however it shows up for you. So if you're listening today and your village feels really small, don't lose heart at all. Villages aren't built in a day. They are built through consistency, through kindness, through showing up, one honest relationship at a time. So be kind to yourself. So thank you so much for sitting with me today. And if this episode really, really resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. You can always reach me at voicenoteswithsheila@gmail.com. And until next time, please take care of yourself. Thank you.